Hey guys, it's me, Tita Lyle, Bankoli, Global Manicures, and I got a few videos to share with you. Following this video is going to be one of my colleagues that I connected with during the Global Summit in Canada. She is someone that I admire, I respect. I met her in 2018, came in contact with her recently this week here in Canada, and I'm just glad that in us connecting as colleagues, I was able to walk away with so much value. It's no accident, and so I want you to hear for yourselves what I've walked away with. But y'all just getting a snippet. I literally spent some time with her, and I am just grateful. What's your name?
I'm Jessica Briarmoon.
Jessica, how long have you been a nail professional?
I've been doing nails since 2001, so 22 years.
How long you been a Akzentz educator?
Like 20 years.
A distributor?
Like, I started distributing within a year of educating because I started educating for a distributor who happened to actually get sick, so I took over her distributorship. So almost the same amount of time, I'd say 19, 20 years. Long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. What do you like most about being an educator?
I like to help people figure out how to make more money in the salon and enjoy their job and not work too hard, because I don't like to work so hard.
You don't work hard?
I don't want to work that hard. I like to find ways to get really good results without working too hard.
So how can you convey that to someone like myself?
So if I was going to teach you, my main class would probably be 30-day manicure, because it's like a structured gel manicure. It's what I do all day, every day. And I would teach you how to hold your brush properly, how to use Trinity properly, and how to prep your nail properly so that after you apply your Trinity, you go straight to your color and your clients are out the door in an hour and you can make good money without working so hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that concept.
Yeah.
Now, what do you like most about distributing?
I really like helping nail techs. I actually get a lot of text messages or emails almost every day asking how to use a product, troubleshooting a product, something of, it could be as simple as I have a client looking for this color and they send me a picture and I help them choose the color. So I really enjoy that. I like doing nail camp or shows. I miss trade shows a lot. Akzentz hasn't really done any in quite a few years, and so I do definitely miss doing trade shows and hope to get back to doing those because those are really fun. But yeah, so I guess that was a lot of things, sorry.
No, that is a lot of things. Have you thought about creating your own trade show?
Nail camp is kind of my own trade show in a way, but I welcome other educators and other distributors, of course. I have no problem sharing the space. I think there's enough business for everybody. And I love when educators can learn something new from other educators. So it's kind of my own trade show, because if there's a really good product that an educator really likes to educate for, but their company won't send the product for them to sell, and I have people that give me feedback that really like it, I add the product line onto my store, and that way I can bring it and have it available at camp for people to be able to buy. So it's kind of my own trade show without having to go into something like Premiere, which I can't even imagine the amount of expense that it would be, because I don't think nail techs understand that a company that wants to go do a trade show like Premiere or something like that, it's $20,000 to get the booth. It's $10,000 to pay the union workers to unload your booth and put it together. You can't do it yourself. Some trade shows, they let you kind of cart in what you want if you want to just bring a small amount of stuff, but most companies have to have things shipped, so it's extremely expensive. So I understand why companies don't necessarily always do trade shows, but it's also a really important way to get the word out there about the company. So when I started with Akzentz, they didn't do any trade shows, and I pressed on them for a couple of years. We finally did get to start doing shows. We started at one here in Vancouver, where we're at Akzentz Headquarters right now, and then we started going down and doing the Vegas show and the Orlando show and things like that. So we definitely started spreading out and doing more shows, and I miss doing those, but I know it's very expensive to have a company go do a show, and they need to figure out what kind of return on their investment they get, because they're usually not going to get the return on their investment monetarily at the show. It's more going to be in future customers, in reaching out to nail techs and bringing in new nail techs that haven't heard of the product before.
Oh my God. Jessica.
Sorry, I talk a lot.
No, this is why I like you. This is why I like you. You guys don't know, but I'll tell you guys later. Jessica, you said so much that is so rich. What would you tell the billion people that are on Instagram that are
Teach me.
You have nail professionals, seasoned. You have nail professionals that are part-time. You have nail professionals that stopped. You have nail professionals that are burnt out. You have nail professionals that don't necessarily have hope.
Yeah.
What would you say to them right now? And I know we've talked briefly. What would you encourage them to do when it comes to them pricing themselves properly? And properly could be relative.
See, that's a whole long conversation, girl. But it's important, because I would say, I think nail techs getting burnt out and things like that, I think pricing has a lot to do with it. If you're making really good money doing what you're going to do, you're going to enjoy it better, because you're not as stressed out about how the bills are getting paid. You're not feeling like you have to overwork yourself. If you're not making enough money and you're having to add a ton of extra hours or a second job to pay the bills, you're going to get burnt out. And I feel like a lot of nail techs just think, oh, in my area, I can't charge that. I can't make that. So I can't make that kind of income. And I always just try to reach out to them and ask them, in your area you're talking about, do you have people that drive a Mercedes? Do you have people that are lawyers or doctors, or have the kind of jobs that offer the kind of income that might be able to get you the kind of amount that you want? And number one, do you have massage therapists in your town? Because if you have a massage therapist and they're charging over $60 an hour for a massage, you can charge $60 an hour for a set of nails. Because whose are going to last longer? Is your massage going to last longer, or are your nails going to last longer? And if you're not sure because your nails aren't lasting long enough, you need to come to my class, because your nails should be lasting at least 3 weeks. Most of my clients go 3 weeks. A lot of them go 4 weeks. I have a couple that go 2 because they don't like long nails and they feel like they get too long. But your product should be lasting long enough that you're not struggling doing their nails when they return. It should be a pleasure to be able to see what your nails look like when they come back, and if they're a hot mess, then we got to figure out what's going on. So I feel like burnout a lot of the time, and how you're going to price is really difficult for people that are starting out. And it's difficult for veterans that have been doing nails like 10 years and they're stuck and they're like, I charge $30 for a fill and I can't pay my bills and I need to get another job and I don't really know what to do, because realistically they might be living in an area that should be charging double. So what happens if they go and they decide, okay, I'm going to start charging double? Do you think all the people that have been paying $30 for a set of nails are now going to be the clients that are paying $60 for a set of nails? Probably not. COVID was a really, really good opportunity for a lot of people, and I think you were one of them, to reprice and rebrand yourself, because all of those nail techs who weren't making enough said, okay, I'm going to take extra classes while I'm, sitting at home. There's all these online classes, and I'm going to reprice myself so that I can make the kind of money that I need. And a lot of nail techs did that, but a lot of nail techs didn't, and they're still stuck in a rut of not making enough to make a living. And it shouldn't be a hobby where you feel like you still have to go get a real job. It should be a job that you enjoy doing and that you can make enough to enjoy doing. I am totally guilty of never charging enough. I tend to train people and then find out in the area they're charging more than I am. And I'm very proud of them, but then I'm like, oh, I should probably raise my prices. So I charge $75 for a one color gel manicure or 30-day manicure. It's a structured manicure. So my clients come usually once a month. And that's actually on the low side for my area now. So in the area, I've got people around me that are charging $80, $85. So I need to raise my prices, but I'm taking into account that I'm going to be moving and all that kind of stuff. So you should look at area salons also. I'm just going to keep going until you tell me to shut up.
I'm listening.
Look at your area salons, kind of your nicer hair salons. If you have someone who was coming in from Beverly Hills and wanted to go get their hair done, where would they go in your area? You want to find out that salon and what they charge for haircut and style and what they charge for a full, like all over foil. That full all over foil should be about what your full sets are. Usually right now that's 100 to 140, depending on where you live. That should be your full set price. A haircut and style, 50 to 75. That should be your basic, super basic fill. And in my area, 50 to 75 for a haircut is actually kind of low. That's another reason I know that, okay, I'm actually starting to be on the low side for nails, because I don't do the correct thing, which is to raise your prices every year or two to account for inflation and stuff. And since inflation has gone stupid, I really should. Because
Why haven't you done it?
Because I'm moving soon, and I've been supposed to have been moving for 4 years. And it still hasn't happened. But I did raise about 2 years ago. I think right after COVID, I did raise a bit. When I move, I will probably raise $10 or $15. So I'm not a big believer in the $2, $3 thing. I'm all about $5 increments, whether it's $5, $10, $15. If you go up in price $2.50 or $3, all that's going to happen is if you get tipped, your tip is getting cut $2.50, $3, because they're still going to round up to the next amount. You don't usually have clients that pay you $82.50. You know what I mean? They're going to round up, which means if you raise your price by a small amount, they're just going to be rounding up.
The vanilla gelato.
Oh, thank you. Look at her dessert.
Isn't it pretty?
Jessica, I want to say thank you so much for your knowledge, your wisdom,
Anytime.
and your time. So please tell them your IG.
Oh
Give
my
them all the
goodness.
deets.
Okay, so my Instagram is LuvNailz, but it's so severely lacking. However, I did learn this weekend at Akzentz Headquarters, because Elena from here up in Canada taught me how to make the little short videos without kind of trying to kill myself. So, it's true. And so I made my first little short video today, and I posted it, and I was so proud of myself. So my goal for improvement, everyone should have a goal for improvement. My goal for improvement is to start doing better about posting more pictures, videos, things like that on Instagram, and to bring back my videos that I did on YouTube and Facebook Live. I'm working on it, people. I promise. My YouTube is realworldnails.com. I've been off of it for about a year, and I'm working on bringing it back kind of better. And they changed the way that I could save them, so I kind of just stopped until I could figure out how to come back and be able to still save them in good quality and be able to post them on YouTube. So I just stopped. So I'm working on trying to get that back, trying to get the Instagram process a little bit better, but I've been terrible about it, so I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, love.
Tell me what you think, because I'm full. Thank you, Jessica, so much.